It can be terrifying. So for me, a big victory is when I get an F yeah from some of those ladies. I've been mountain biking for as long as I've known my husband. We met roughly 2007, 2008. And when we first met, he up front said that he really enjoyed mountain biking, so if I wanted to hang in the summertime, I should probably figure it out. He didn't say it in those many words. It wasn't that harsh. I feel so bad. But the first few rides that we went on certainly were really challenging for me. So I've grown up playing sports, I ran, I rode a bike. So in my mind, I'm like, mountain biking, it can't be that hard. And that was definite harsh reality for me. I'm a member of a local women's mountain bike club, so I've been helping build an Intro to Moose and Husky series with a few other women, and that's been a lot of fun. I also started coaching last year, so this is my second season of coaching. Recently I taught an Intro to e-biking class, and in that class 2 of the women were 67 and 68. So I was super inspired and impressed with them.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part about coaching, I guess, in terms of coaching, is really helping people stretch their limits a little bit. Because for me, most of my students, actually all of my students, are women, and for a lot of them, many are coming to the sport a bit later in life. Say they've raised their kids are off to university, they're looking for ways to be outside and connect with others, and it's just fun to be part of that journey. Yeah, so for folks who are terrified about going down a hill, I might suggest taking the time to practice on a grassy hill and get used to using both of your brakes. For many folks, there's this fear of, oh my God, I'm never touching my front brake. Your front brake can actually be your friend, but it can take some time to practice and understand how to optimize using your brakes together. And look where you want to go. That's the biggest thing, right? For biking and in life, it's always like, think about where you're headed. For me, I feel really fortunate that I'm part of people's journey to build that new skill set. You know, and for many folks, when they start to build that confidence on the bike, that permeates into other parts of life as well. One of the things that I really like to do in my classes is, after we do our warm-up, we'll do a little cruise around. And again, because I'm often teaching the beginners, experienced beginners, I'll often stop at the top of a hill. I'll ask everyone to get off their bike and to take a look. You know, you might get one person who can look down the hill and go, yeah, that's fine. But my experience often has been people have a bit of apprehension. And so as a newer rider, it can be really difficult to stop the group and just ask for what you need. So I always encourage my students to get off the bike and just see how they feel, you know? Really learning how to trust your gut and then also trust your equipment are 2 important things. And as well, recognizing that today doesn't have to be the day. You know, the trail's been around for many years. It's probably going to be there next week, next year. And if you're not up for it in this moment, that's fine. Because ultimately, I think many of us were in it for the long game. We're not professionals. Like, I'm almost 50 and I'm learning how to do drops. So, yeah, exactly. Be prepared, I guess. That's a big one. I get razzed a lot for carrying around what is perceived as a giant hip pack. It's not a giant hip pack. I'm 5'2", so it just looks big on me. But in that, you know, I'm definitely no Girl Scout, but I usually try and keep minimum things in there, like assorted Band-Aids, triangular bandage, an emergency blanket. People who ride with me a lot know that I like snacks, so I'll have some extra snacks in there. And just the basic items to repair my bike. I don't know, the bike just has been a really great way to fuel adventures. So during COVID, something switched in my head for mountain biking, but also something switched in my head in terms of using my bike to explore. My husband and I both recognize that we're adults, like basically playing kids' games. Right? And we're really fortunate to have the opportunity to live an hour from the mountains, to be able to ride our bikes, to be healthy, and to have friends who like to do similar things. So trying to take advantage of it.
already.
You were born in the 90s? What year?
Did you nail down on that?
Because he was talking about doing something for his son because they were out fighting fires. I'm like, that sounds sweet. And I'm like, then we should start getting this up into Edmonton. 'Cause, like, for our rides, that would